This is Engadget. Here's what's happening in the world of technology. It's Monday, August 16th. T-Mobile is grappling with yet another reported data breach. The carrier told Motherboard in a statement that it's investigating an underground forum member's claims that they're selling data for over 100 million customers, including social security numbers and device IMEI numbers. While the scale of the breach hasn't yet been verified, Motherboard has confirmed the authenticity of at least some of the data. The intruder is selling data for about 30 million customers for the equivalent of $270,000 in Bitcoin. The rest of the data is reportedly being sold through private channels. It's not certain how the perpetrator obtained the info. T-Mobile supposedly booted the attacker out of the servers, but not before they downloaded and purportedly backed up the content. The network has a less than stellar history of breaches in recent years. Hackers compromised sensitive customer info in late 2019, while a late 2020 attack scraped limited data for about 200,000 users. If the forum claims are accurate, though, this is much more serious. T-Mobile had over 104.7 million customers as of the second quarter of 2021. This breach might affect virtually every user. While it's not certain just how much real damage has been done, you might want to watch out for suspicious activity if you're a Magenta subscriber. And the Nintendo Switch isn't struggling to compete against the PlayStation 5 on its home turf in Japan. Far from it. Game Data Library, Axios, and IGN report that every game on Famitsu's August 8th weekly Top 30 chart was a Switch title, ranging from Super Mario Maker 2 in 30th place to Minecraft at the top. It's reportedly the first time a platform has swept that chart since November 1988, when Nintendo's own Famicom, the basis for the NES, dominated the list. Nintendo has controlled the Japanese games chart with multiple platforms before. In the early 1990s, the Famicom, Super Famicom, aka Super NES, and Game Boy cemented its position. It's much harder for a single system to rule the rankings, though. There's also a sharp contrast with the US. While the Switch has outsold rival consoles in the country and frequently thrives in game sales, Skyward Sword HD was July's best-selling game. It typically faces stiffer competition from the PlayStation and Xbox ecosystems. There wasn't a direct explanation for the sweep, although the titles reflect both Nintendo's influence and local tastes. Most of the games are either Nintendo's, including Skyward Sword and Mario Kart 8, or come from franchises that have long been popular in Japan, such as Monster Hunter, Taiko no Tatsujin, and Dragon Quest. It also helps that Japan is in the grips of its largest ever COVID-19 pandemic wave. People may be buying Switch games to keep them and their kids entertained at home. Whatever the reason, the feat suggests why Nintendo isn't in a rush to upgrade the Switch beyond modest revisions. Its hybrid console is still one of the hottest game systems 4 years after launch, even in the face of technically superior alternatives. If you want to catch the latest tech news as it's happening, check out Engadget.com or tune in again every weekday.
SpokenLayer.